Welcome back to the 888 Poker Weber Cup. Last year, Mike Fagan and Bill O'Neill were Team USA's new kids on the block, but they struggled in the pressurised atmosphere at the Metrodome. A year on, they're back and looking forward to the challenge of retaining the coveted cup.
If I had to give myself a grade, last year I probably would say like a B, maybe a C+. I don't know, I didn't really bowl as good as I could have. I think I'll be a lot more relaxed at this year's event. Last year I was a little bit nervous, especially with the new scenery, obviously, the one lane, the loud crowds and everything, a little bit of pressure, but I'm feeling good this year, feeling a little more confident, so hopefully I won't go on such a long wait before my first win.
Last year was a struggle, I think, for me at the Weber Cup to start. I think I think from Mike and myself, I think we both were battling some nerves a little bit. We didn't really know what to expect. First time I ever bowled in the Metrodome here on the one lane, so it was a struggle. But I think towards the end, the last half of the event, I started to bowl really well and I started to get a lot of confidence. So hopefully I can carry that into this year's tournament. Mike has been winning everything for the past couple of years, and he could have won Player of the Year on the PBA this year. Not to mention everything he's done overseas. His confidence is an all-time high, so I think you're going to see a much better performance this year out of Mike than you did last year.
I feel like I'm in good shape, and Bill is always consistent, so it's I'm looking forward to the challenge.
I think it's going to be very tough for us to retain the title. I think there are European sides out for blood this year, I think, after last year, but I think we're going to handle ourselves just fine.
And that's how the score sheet looks so far. That potential maximum for the USA encouraging, but Palermaa and Barrett have got to play some for the rest of this match if they want that point. And the worrying thing for them is that even O'Neill's found his game.
I couldn't have said it better, Simon. Yes, that is very worrying. The man that is not shooting very many strikes has gone, shot another one, and that's 3 in a row, and he's actually got a smile on his face. So that's very, very encouraging for Team USA.
Always makes you smile when you remember how to play the game.
I don't think he actually forgot. It's just a matter of sort of redirecting the radar a little bit, wasn't it?
That's nice from Barrett. There's an interesting pressure as a professional athlete, and one thing that Chris Barnes said in the first week that he stood up to play as a pro bowler, all of a sudden he realised that when he threw that ball it was to put food on the table for his family, and that changed everything. 3 strikes in a row then for USA, and looking to make it 4.
Simon, yeah, you're quite right about putting food on the table. All of these players are professionals, full-time professionals. Travel the world, get lots of air miles, and try and make lots of money out of huge tournaments on the respective American and European tours. Oh, get over! That's 4 strikes in a row, and Mike Fagan is overjoyed with that one.
And the messenger actually bypassed the pin on its way across, and then bounced back into play and knocked it down.
Came back off the kickback. Watch this one. It's a little bit on the light side. The head pin is going to come across and miss this a 10 pin, but a little nudge from behind, and it's good enough. You won't see that very often. Oh dear, oh dear.
What a bizarre strike. Fagan will take it though, and that's put the pressure back on Osku Palermaa. Hasn't thrown a strike ball in a while, and it doesn't get the same luck with the messenger.
Yes, a little bit unfortunate. Hit the pins very hard, and the head pin was flying across, but a little bit short there. So it leaves another 10 pin in the corner. This time Dom Barrett's got to spare it. I mean, the Europeans are hitting the pocket, but they're not carrying as often as the Americans are.
Well, we had this down. We go through the draw for each session, and we had this down as a potential point. Out comes our favourite spare ball of the tournament, the brain from Dominic Barrett. Although we love that ball, we don't want to see it too many times at this tournament.
No, it goes hard and straight, but as you say, if it's a spare ball and it's been used a lot, it means they're not striking.
And just pointing to it, maybe a little bit of damage on the ball from Palermaa. O'Neill looking to keep his strike run going, and Team USA's, and he does it with a Brooklyn. And talk about luck. So that's that rogue messenger for Fagan taking out the 10-pin for the strike. No wonder Mike Fagan's laughing. And then Bill O'Neill goes with, well, the tamest looking Brooklyn you'll ever get.
I've got a feeling it wasn't even a proper Brooklyn. I think it was just going left on the headpin, not a flush Brooklyn hit. But it doesn't matter. They're going to take 5 strikes in a row. They're going to be sewing this game up pretty soon.
Wide and horrible, and that's the problem for the two-hander. They go through at that angle with so much velocity that they just literally cut a swathe through the pins and don't knock things over.
Well, the thing is, Osku doesn't have to spare this. It's a wayward shot. It's just got caught up in the all-outside. As I say, it's not in the pocket, and when a double-hander's not in the pocket, it can leave almost anything.
Oh!
What a brave spare by Dom and his brain. He really had to sort that one out and think about it, but it's covered. Dear, oh dear. Look at this. In a perfect place, and gets a kickback as well. Tidies up nicely. A 5 spare.
Now then, does that mean that the luck has changed for the Blues? It will certainly buoy them. Working 5 strikes, Mike Fagan. But back in the pocket, and that's a lovely adjustment from the American.
Game over, I'm afraid. 6 strikes in a row from the American pair is all too much for the Europeans. They've got an open frame and just the one double.
Typical topsy-turvy Weber Cup stuff. The points that we thought would be going to the USA didn't. The points we thought would go to Europe haven't. Palermaa, I'm afraid, has been at the root of the problem. And where was that strike ball earlier on in this game?
Yeah, not quite so much venom in that, which may have been the answer. Sometimes less is more when you get reaction. He's not very happy with that ball. I think he's got 1 or 2 problems with it. But it doesn't matter in this game. The Team USA have sewed it up. And it's going to be Bill O'Neill trying to finish off in the 10th. Looking for 7 strikes in a row. You don't really have to say anything, do you? As you say, tickles it over, but it's good enough.
You saw Osku Palermaa just a moment ago dump that ball down on the floor. I think he's basically taken that out of rotation because it is damaged. They don't just have the one ball. They come into each match with a few balls. But the players were saying that on the PBA Tour, they sometimes travel with between 20 and sometimes up to 60 bowling balls. Fagan assured that the one he's picked from those balls is a good one, and straight through to make 10 again.
The 270 is still on with 1 shot to go. These guys have just gone absolutely ballistic, and there was you and I saying maybe not the strongest pairing in the world. Well, they've certainly proved us wrong, haven't they?
What do we know?
Very little sitting back here, and there's your 270.
Oh, do me a favour. Well, we've had all sorts from the Americans in this one. They've seen the funny side of it. I'm not sure Team Europe will see it that way, but USA will move to 6-4.
With 9 strikes in a row between them, they're unbeatable. Fabulous score of 270. And Dom is just going to go through the motions here. He's changed his ball, looking for possibly some other sort of reaction, just to get a feel of the lane. And, well, that's quite professional. It's a good shot as well. Osku will now have to stand up and clean up as well in the 10th. He too goes for a different ball. Unfortunately, it's all too late.
Yeah, massive difference in the 2 scores in the end. This one was a no contest, really. All about research, this delivery, and that will certainly put some positive vibes in the mind of the Team Europe captain.
Well, it's a strike that's going to take the European pair through 200, but unfortunately this is not a 200 par lane. It's more like 230 or even more than that.
for Dominic Barrett then to finish off proceedings, which he does in a very stylish way, and he's certainly looking good. But for Osku Palermaa, a few concerns. Team USA, though, smiling all the way to the bank. A couple of lucky pins in there, but in the end, the score more than convincing. 270 beats 212. Another point for the USA. Confirmation then of that result, and it's a good one for Fagan and O'Neill. It means that we level things up in session 2, and the USA lead by 6 points to 4. Let's get down to the show lane then, where Tony Wrighton is ready for a chat.
As the Americans celebrate, great win for you two guys. Well done indeed. Mike, how pleased are you to win that point, and a really good performance as well?
Yeah, after that last match with Tommy and Stu, we needed to bounce back. We didn't want to get things to even, so I'm glad we took that point.
And you did well. Bill, how good did that feel? We spoke to you a few minutes ago, and you were determined to get things back on track and look much better there.
Yeah, it was really good. I only threw like 3 bad shots that match, so I mean, things are getting better. Instead of all of them being bad, only a couple, so we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, well, I mean, how does it work on this single lane? Does it take a while, do you think, for players to adjust to playing on one lane with such a huge crowd surrounding you?
No, I don't think it's the one lane as much as it is, you know, just getting settled in the environment with people down the lane, and you know, just getting your nerves settled. That's what it is for me.
Well, listen, congratulations to you both. There you go. Another point for Team USA. Europe need some Metrodome magic. We'll see you next time.